to the channel. It's been a while, and I can't even remember the last time I posted, maybe December or January. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've just been incredibly busy. It's been, which I'll talk about in a minute. So before I get too deep into this, I'll just say that I'm having some like throat difficulties today. So I get this every once in a while. I used to get it more frequently, where it's like my throat kind of tightens up, but I've just been having some like ear, nose, throat problems the past couple of days. Like my hearing has just been kind of giving out a little bit. So anyways, so if it sounds like like my voice is strained, it is. So, but yeah, what have I been doing? I've been busier than I've been since probably in my 30s. So one of the things I haven't talked about is what I do for a living. I know a couple people have asked me in the comments, like, how can you leave your job for a year? But what I do is I'm a writer, and I write fiction, I write screenplays, I write essays. So there's a film project that I'm going to talk about probably in a couple of months. And that's been a big thing that I've been working on. But also, I have a book that just came out and a book that's coming out next year. So as a writer, I have two tracks, basically, for my fiction. I have what's kind of like general fiction. If you walked into like a Barnes & Noble and you saw fiction, it would just be in that section. And then I write thrillers. So I've published, I think, 21 books. But I've only published 2 thrillers. I've only begun writing thrillers recently. And the thrillers are under a pen name. And both of the thrillers are set in Southeast Asia. One is set in Thailand, like entirely set in Thailand. And the most recent thriller is set primarily in Southeast Asia. Yeah, so if you want to check it out, it's available in multiple countries. It's I still haven't seen a copy of it yet. So I've been trying to get friends to bring me a copy who are visiting. Yeah, it's just tough in Cambodia to get a copy. It's not available in Cambodia, so. But you could get on Amazon, look it up. It's Dark Empath is the name of the novel, and Johnny Mac is the pen name. Johnny Mac is what my first agent 30-something years ago now, almost 40 years ago, used to call me, and so I just adopted that. Between the film project, having this book just come out, and then I'm working with a publisher for the next book that's coming out next year, which is a fairly big book that's it's a new and selected stories, and it's kind of a retrospective of my career, but with a lot of new stuff in it. So that was way more time consuming than I thought it would be. So it's the Cambodian New Year right now, and the celebration doesn't seem to stop. And the first couple of days it was fun, and then it was tolerable after that. My apartment is kind of ground zero for where it gets incredibly loud with bands and music playing, and I got to a point on, I think, day 7 where I felt like I was just going crazy because it's kind of like club music. It's just like, it's this loud thumping music that goes on for hours, and I love music. I'm a huge music fan. There's only so much of that I can take. So there was a night where I met up with friends, and I couldn't hear what they were saying. I couldn't concentrate, and I ended up going back to my apartment, and I couldn't escape the noise of my apartment, and my apartment's really high up, and it was still just incredibly loud. So I started looking to see where, like, could I just get away from it for a while. And the great thing about Phnom Penh is you can find nice, cheap hotels, but you can also find incredibly nice, cheap hotels when you get kind of on the outskirts. And I had actually stayed at this hotel one other time, and I didn't know if it was a fluke that it was so cheap, but apparently not. I found a hotel. It's this hotel that I'm staying in. It's called the Sky, Phnom Penh, SKYE. It's $30 a night, and it's a 4-star hotel. It has a sky bar. It has a restaurant. It has a pool on the roof, rooftop pool. It has a gym. The catch is there's not a lot around here. It's very isolated. I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, it's isolated, like, right in this particular area. If I step outside and I want to walk somewhere. So back, in TTP, where I live, in that neighborhood, I step outside and I can get coffee. I can go to dozens of restaurants. I can, there are about 3 or 4 different places to shop for groceries, and it's just very, very easy to find things to do. In this neighborhood, it's not an expat neighborhood, so it's not easy to find things like right around this particular hotel. Tuk-tuk ride, which for not very far away, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of restaurants. There's one of my favorite bookstores is in this neighborhood, which I didn't realize. I've been to this bookstore a couple of times, and it wasn't until I got to this hotel, and then I was like, maybe the bookstore's close, and I checked, and it is. It's like very close. But the other catch is, and it may be because it's the New Year celebrations, that some nights it hasn't been easy to get a tuk-tuk. There's some nights where it's like, usually when you go on Grab, the app that you use, and you request a tuk-tuk, you see all these little images of tuk-tuks, and it takes like 10 seconds, 15 seconds for somebody to agree to pick you up. Here, I think there was one night where it took me about 20 minutes. It's been like that the last couple of nights. It's been a little difficult. Also, in addition to my throat, my mouth is really dry, so having all kinds of problems. But yeah, I mean, for $30 a night, so I booked it for 3 nights with tax. I mean, I think it was like 100 and change. And it is so quiet. The weird thing is that it's like a ghost hotel. It's a really nice hotel. It's new. It's incredibly clean. And everything works beautifully. The AC is great. So I have absolutely no complaints about this place. It's a really, really nice place. And, but I may be the only person staying here, which is very, very weird. So it's a little bit like The Shining, except in Cambodia and, without a blizzard. And I'm not trapped in here. Well, I'm kind of trapped if I can't get a tuk-tuk, but for a getaway for 3 days, it's perfect. I haven't seen anybody on my floor. A little eerie, if I'm honest, but that's fine. I'll take eerie over the loud, nonstop New Year's celebration. And to be fair, like I said, the New Year's celebration was a lot of fun the first couple of days. I think it's great that people are having a great time. I'm not criticizing anybody's joy in all of the festivities there. I just couldn't take it anymore. It was just a personal thing. So this got me kind of thinking, for a staycation, which I don't know how I feel about that word, but if I want to get away for a couple of days and just get out of my neighborhood, or if I have work to do and just want a change of pace, this is perfect. What have I done? I've mostly just relaxed. I've gone to some good restaurants. I treated myself one night to a nice steak and like way too much food, honestly, but it was my only meal of the day, so I kind of made the most of it. The staycation, I've never really appreciated the staycation before. I used to think people were crazy to spend money inside the city that they lived in, but this past week has taught me otherwise. So, all right, take care. Thanks for watching.